Welcome back. This is Sweet Shot, and I have another pub stomping guide for you. And this next hero might surprise you. Does your team always seem to pick all carries and solo lane heroes, and then fail miserably? Well, now you're in luck because the answer for you might not be a support hero, but rather a Dark Seer. Dark Seer is perfect for pubs, since he can jungle, giving your team 2 solo lanes, or he can solo lane himself if you already have a jungler. Dark Seer is also great for buffing your carries to enable them to carry even harder. Finally, Dark Seer is amazing in teamfights, and perhaps the best for turtling, therefore always giving your team a chance to come back. I want to talk mostly about his abilities, so I won't go in depth on jungling, so find another guide if you wish to jungle more effectively. Start with the Stout Shield, and then I prefer 3 sets of tangos, but you can also get a salve. And skill your Ion Shell. This is your main jungling ability, so max it out first to increase your jungling speed. Ion Shell can be placed on any unit, does AoE damage for 20 seconds, and has a 10-second cooldown, allowing you to keep 2 up at a time. Early game, carries don't do as much damage, so place Ion Shell on them when going for kills. If you are laning, then you can also place it on a creep to get the last hit, push the wave, or harass the enemy. Only 1 point of surge should be needed, but it will help you get around to each neutral camp faster. This ability can be targeted on any ally and gives max movement speed for the duration. This is also great for buffing your carry to catch up for a kill, or for getting away, since it negates any slow for the duration. Vacuum should be the second ability you max, has many different uses, and is great for teamfights. Vacuum disables all enemy heroes in the target area, and pulls them all in towards the center, also dealing some damage. So naturally, it is great for grouping people up for some nice AoE ults, like Black Hole or Ravage. Vacuum can also be used to disrupt channels or TP scrolls. It can be used to pull heroes back in range if they are running away, or vice versa, it can be used to pull them away from you or your team for escaping. It can also be used to destroy trees, if trees are in your way, or if an enemy is hiding in them, vacuum the area to clear up some space. Wall of Replica is a great ult for teamfights and turtling, but if possible, wait till you're level 10 and 11 to skill it. This skill places a wall and creates an illusion of any enemy hero that passes through it during its duration. It can be difficult to line this up correctly, so it will take some practice to get used to it. Try to predict the path that the enemy might take and then place the wall there to block them. It's best to make sure that the enemy's carries get hit by the ult, so place it on them or vacuum them into it. If used properly, you can change the tides of a team fight by forcing your opponents to have to fight themselves. The item progression is very straightforward. Rush a Soul Ring and a Vanguard even before boots. This will give you a lot of sustainability, so you won't have to go back to base as often. Since you have Surge, you should not need boots, since you will mostly be jungling early on with a few ganks. I prefer the Tranquil boots on Dark Seer for good movement speed as well as even more sustainability. Next, check the opposing team, and if they have a fair amount of magic damage, build a pipe, or a hood if someone else is getting a pipe. Remember, you want to be as survivable as possible so you can tank for your team while your Ion Shells deal the damage. After a pipe, or if you decide it's not needed, then build either a Shiva's Guard for better team fights, or a Blade Mail if you are being focused. Some situational items would be a mech if your team doesn't get one, Necro for more push or counter push, Sheepstick for more CC, or for the ultimate tankiness, a heart. So, now you no longer need to fear getting a team full of carries and solo heroes, since you can just pick Dark Seer. Just remember, if you jungle, come out for a gank or counter gank once in a while to help your team. And if you solo a lane, then use your Ion Shell on a creep to get farm from a safe distance. Mid to late game is all about helping your team in any way possible, and turtling if you are losing. If you remember these tips, then you will always have a chance to win any match you play. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment, ask a question, or critique me. Just remember to keep it clean and constructive. Now, go stomp some pubs with Seer and let them know how you got so pro.